welcome back to my channel. We have a hair video, I know. Highly requested, and I don't say that lightly. Everyone asks me to talk about my hair, even though it's not what I'm necessarily interested in terms of like content-wise. I do listen, so I did something a little bit different today. I actually did a braid out on a blowout, which is what I don't normally do that. Normally I do a twist out on, wet hair, but I was like, let's give them something a little different if we're gonna do some hair content. Let's switch it up a bit. So I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, let's get into it. It's gonna be a bit of a voiceover, so let's do it. So we're starting off in my bathroom. I'm not gonna even lie, this is a twist out on a twist out because I was really trying to avoid wash day, but here we are. I like to section off my hair in 6 sections before I start wetting it with water, and this is just to make things easier when I start the detangling process. And I actually like to deep condition before I shampoo. So I do this by using the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle conditioner. I like it because it's cheap and it feels good and it smells good. And it also helps with the detangling process quite a bit. So that is the first part, and I'm going to put that on all of my sections first. And one thing I like to do is I like to wet my hair as I go. That way, one, my hair is low porosity, so it needs a lot of water. And then I go ahead with the Mael Babassu and Mint Deep Conditioner. I love this stuff. And one thing I really hate is that it's such a small jar, and that's why I like to use conditioner alongside with it. And here's the final results of my sectioning. And then I like to use a plastic bag, to help with the deep conditioning process, because I like to actually use a heat cap, which you'll be seeing in a second, and I'll link everything down below. And I like to put this in the microwave in 3 45-second intervals to get it nice and warm. And then I like to sit for 30 minutes, just hang out before I come back and actually start my shower routine. So I like to use the Felicia Leatherwood brush. I believe that's what it's called. And I also like to shampoo with the Mael Babassu conditioning shampoo. I also like to use their leave-in conditioner. And after I put that all over my head, I like to use hair bands to stretch out my hair. That way I don't have to blow dry on super wet hair. At least it can be kind of stretched and damp so that I don't have to use the hair dryer as long. I like to use the Briogeo Farewell Frizz thermal cream, I believe is what it's called. And I put that all over an individual section before I start blow drying with the Revlon paddle brush. And I like to do this on low heat because my hair doesn't really need high heat in order to get it to the stretchedness. Is that a word? I don't know. To get it stretched enough for my style. And it actually doesn't really take all that much time to actually do each section. You'll see that it's going to take a few minutes for each section to actually get it pretty dry. The only thing about this hair dryer is that the ends are never super stretched. It's just, at least that's what I've noticed for me. I don't know if that's something across the board with other folks, but if you can see right now, my ends are still kind of like curly, but it gets it stretched enough for the style, which I'll be using the Dew Mousse Def. It's this really great mousse that I use on my twist outs as well, and we'll be using that for my braid out today. Again, I'm going to be doing this in sections all across my head. I think I had 12 braids. So for each 3 sections on each half of my head, there were 2 braids per section, if that makes sense. I kind of confused myself, so I'm sorry. But you'll see at the end how many braids I had all together. I really just like to work that into the section. I don't use a lot, not to like necessarily saturate. If you want a more defined look, definitely use more mousse than I did. But for me, I really like big hair, so I'm not looking for like extreme definition. Just a little bit of a curl, if that makes sense. And another thing I like to do, both for my twist outs, braid outs, I like to do the cocoon method on the end, like a hanging knot, and I'll do a little bit of close-up so you can see what I'm doing, but that was just what I did right now. And these are pretty chunky. Like, again, I am working towards like big hair volume for the most part, so that's why the braids are pretty thick, because we want a chunky braid out. And here I am coming up closer so that you can see what I'm talking about. I have no idea what's on my neck, but it's probably conditioner. No, lotion. It's probably lotion. Anyways, so what you do is you fold your hair onto itself and then you start wrapping around the top to create a little knot, and it just stays by itself. Here are all my braids, nice and chunky. To help them lay a little bit more flat, I'm actually going to be using a scarf before I put on my bonnet. I actually just got this bonnet and I love it. I love that it's adjustable. It's a Black-owned brand, so I will be tagging or putting them in the info box so that you can check them out too. And then we go to the next day when I wake up with dry braids. I'm sure you could have these dry in like a few hours, but I like to sleep overnight with them. And with the takedown process, of course, you want to be gentle. I'm not using any oil or anything to take them down. So look at that shine. I'm going to speed this up because it's pretty repetitive at this point. But I think some people like a good takedown. I know I do. So I'm going to leave it in for y'all to watch. Here is the finished look before I pick it out, and I probably pick it out more than most people would like because I just pretty much destroy all the work I did. But again, I like big hair, so I'm probably gonna go a little ham with the hair picking to get the results that I want. And here is the final results. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Again, me and hair videos, it's always a struggle to get them together, but I hope that y'all enjoyed them or enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Stay tuned.